fear means a particular frequency that your system has been hijacked by, that you're resonating with. And you can change that by intervening anywhere that you can be aware of. All we're doing is we're changing the frequency by dissolving that frequency. So the energy is here, but we're dissolving it. You can also do this at a thought level, right? This is sometimes more accessible for some people, sometimes less accessible. It just depends on your constitution. These are all skills that you can enhance, become more skilled at through practice. So you might find one to be easier than another, but over time you can work with all of them and find out which ones are easiest for you, and you can work, bring all of them together and get very good results. But the point here is we just dissolve that. So now we're more at a neutral state. Now, it's very challenging to stay in that totally neutral state, usually because we have desires that we want to fulfill, and the desire is a particular thing, right? So we want to know abundance. We're struggling with lack. We want to know abundance. In the ultimate sense, you want to transcend the polarity, but like I say, you have to start where you are. So you have to tell the truth. If you're not going to be able to just stay in that neutrality, which is actually bliss, then you have to now change your frequency to that which you want. So in this example, you want abundance. So now you have to start to shift your frequency to that of abundance. Well, how can you do that? Well, you want to pair abundance with a positive emotion that you give that strong emotional charge to, right? So you've got this energy that's been liberated. Now you're wanting to, because it's just energy, you can shape it however you want. Shape it into a positive emotional charge. And you just do whatever feels good to you, whatever is the most accessible to you. It could be what you perceive as love, forgiveness, uh, um, compassion, whatever it is for you, or bliss, whatever works for you. But you find what is accessible and available to you, and then you start to invest the energy into that. So practice makes perfect. You just start to put your energy into that, and you can use your imagination to establish that more easily. So remember, in your imagination, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to conform to your limited ideas about how reality, so-called, works. Because here, all you're wanting to do is generate that emotion, practice the emotion, and invest the energy into that. It's like you've taken your investment out of something that's not good for you, and you're investing it now into something that is wholesome and good for you. So you're just reinvesting that energy. You need to do that consistently, practice. The basic process is that you find out what the emotion, the negative emotion is that's associated with what you don't want. That's what keeps drawing your attention there. You need to neutralize that and then reinvest that energy into the positive emotion that you want and pair that with the thing that you desire. Okay. When you do this, it will greatly enhance your ability to shift your experience, because you're no longer going to be habitually drawn to that which you don't want. Instead, you can much more easily access what it is that you do want. And then again, the more that you practice that through repetition and now enhanced by the emotional charge, that becomes the new habit. So you start to experience that regularly, effortlessly, unconsciously. You don't have to think about it. It just is. Before, lack was automatic, unconscious. You didn't have to think about it. It just was. You were swimming in a world of lack. Everything was lack for you because it was just the unconscious habit. But you can then make that a new unconscious habit of abundance, so that you automatically think abundance, see abundance, feel abundance, hear abundance. Everything is abundance for you. And again, the fast track for that is that you find out what is the negative emotion that is drawing your attention to what you don't want, neutralize that through this process that I've described, which is ultimately awareness, right? But you're aware of how it has hijacked your system, and you release your system from that just by relaxing, dissolving, letting go. That's the power of awareness. And it takes practice. So, if you don't feel particularly skilled at it at first, just persist in the practice of it. You will get better at it. And if not, if you have questions about that, feel free to ask me questions about that. I'm happy to answer those questions. Then once you've done that, once you've neutralized that, if you feel that if you still have a desire, right? In this case, I'm using the example of abundance. If you still have a desire to know abundance, which most of the time you will, then invest that energy in a positive emotion that you now pair with what it is that you want. So you first generate that emotion, that positive emotion, love, acceptance, peace, harmony, bliss, freedom, happiness, joy, whatever it is for you. I don't care, whatever works for you. But just feel it, feel happy, feel good, feel blissful, and invest all that energy there. Then pair that with what it is that you want. In this example, abundance. So then you say, oh, in my imagination, I am living abundance, and I'm experiencing this incredible happiness. Feel that happiness. Pair it with the abundance. I am so abundant. I am so happy. I am so blessed and grateful. So be it. You let it, and then you just let it go, knowing that it is already done, because it is done, because you've just experienced it is true. Then just have positive expectation, be expectant, watch for it. You'll see it showing up because it's been established now, at least somewhat, as a new unconscious habit.